Dear students, in the series of lectures on operation research, today we are going to study theorems on convex set. I have earlier told you the definition of convex set and convex combination of vectors. Now we come to the theorem 1. The intersection of two convex sets is again a convex set. To prove this, let us take two sets x1 and x2, two convex sets. Now to prove that x1 intersection x2 is a convex set, we take two elements of x1 and x2, small x1 and x2 of intersection of x1 and x2. Then now we can say x1 small x1 x2 belongs to x1 intersection x2 set, which implies that x1 x2 belongs to set x1, also x1 x2 belongs to set x2. Now since x1 is a convex set, so the line segment joining 2 points x1 x2 must lie in the set x. So lambda x1 plus 1 minus lambda x2 must belongs to x1, where lambda is greater than equal to 0, less than equal to 1. Similarly, x2 is a convex set, so line segment joining 2 points x1 and x2 must lie in set x2. That is, we can say lambda x1 plus 1 minus lambda x2 belongs to set x2, where lambda is greater than equal to 0, less than equal to 1. Now here we can see that lambda x1 plus 1 minus lambda x2 belongs to x1 and also in x2. So we can say that lambda x1 plus 1 minus lambda x2 belongs to x1 intersection x2. What we have started? We have started with x1 x2, two elements of x1 intersection x2, and where we reached is lambda x1 plus 1 minus lambda x2 belongs to x1 intersection x2, means line segment joining x1 x2 lies entirely in x1 intersection x2, since lambda is greater than equal to 0, less than equal to 1, which proves that x1 intersection x2 is a convex set. So this was our first theorem. Now we come to the second theorem. The set of all convex combination of a finite number of points x1, x2, xn is again a convex set. So let us define a set S of all the possible convex combinations of n vectors x1, x2, xn. So S is equal to x such that x equal to sigma lambda I varies from 1 to n, where sigma lambda I equal to 1, I varies from 1 to n, and also lambda I is greater than equal to 0. So in order to prove S a convex set, we take two elements u and v of S. So u and v must be in the form of convex combination of the given points. We can write u equal to sigma lambda I dash xi, I varies from 1 to n, where sigma lambda I dash equal to 1, lambda I dash greater than equal to 0. And similarly, v equal to sigma lambda I double dash xi, I equal to 1 to n, and sigma lambda I double dash I equal to 1 to n equal to 1, lambda I double dash is greater than equal to 0. Let w be a point on the line segment joining u and v. Then w must be in this form, w equal to lambda u plus 1 minus lambda v, where lambda is greater than equal to 0, less than equal to 1. Now we substitute the values of u and v from 1 and 2. We get w equal to lambda. In the place of u we write sigma lambda I dash xi plus 1 minus lambda, we replace v by sigma lambda I double dash xi. I varies from 1 to n, which may be written as sigma I equal to 1 to n lambda lambda I dash plus 1 minus lambda lambda I double dash xi, which we write sigma mu I xi. I varies from 1 to n, where mu I is equal to lambda lambda I dash plus 1 minus lambda lambda I double dash. So we find W in the form of convex combination of vectors x1, x2, xn. Only thing remains here is sigma mu I must be equal to 1 and mu I must be greater than equal to 0. So let us see what is sigma mu I. Sigma mu I equal to 1 to n sigma lambda lambda I dash plus 1 minus lambda lambda I double dash. Since lambda is independent of I, we can write it outside the summation sign. So lambda sigma lambda I dash plus 1 minus lambda sigma lambda I double dash, which equal to lambda plus 1 minus lambda equal to 1. We use here the result 1 and 2. So here we get sigma lambda I equal to 1 to n equal to sigma mu I equal to 1. Now mu I must be greater than equal to 0, which is obvious because lambda positive, lambda I dash positive, lambda I double dash is positive, and lambda lies between 0 and 1, so 1 minus lambda is also positive, so mu I is also positive. So we can write W equal to sigma mu I xi, I equal to 1 to n, sigma mu I equal to 1 and mu I is greater than equal to 0. That is, W is a convex combination of points x1, x2, xn. It means W belongs to S. It is W instead of X. W belongs to S, which by the definition of convex set proves that S is a convex set, since line segment joining 2 points lies entirely in S. So S is a convex set. Next we come to the theorem number 3, which is the set of all feasible solutions of a LPP is a convex set. So let us take a linear programming problem. Maximize z equal to cx, ax equal to b, s greater than equal to 0. Now, as we already defined, the feasible solution of LPP is given by its constraints and non-negative restriction, that is ax equal to b and x greater than equal to 0. So any values of set of variables which satisfies ax equal to b and x greater than equal to 0 will be a feasible solution. Also let S be a set of all feasible solutions of the problem 1. So we define S equal to x such that ax equal to b and x greater than equal to 0. Now we take two elements x1, x2 belongs to S. It means ax1 equal to b, x1 greater than equal to 0, ax2 equal to b and x2 equal to 0. Let x3 be any point on the line segment joining x1 and x2. Then x3 equal to lambda x1 plus 1 minus lambda x2, where lambda is greater than equal to 0, less than equal to 1. Then ax3 equal to a lambda x1 plus 1 minus lambda x2, or we can write it lambda a x1 plus 1 minus a x2. Now from equation 3, ax1 equal to b, ax2 equal to b, so we put here and get lambda b plus 1 minus lambda b equal to b. So ax3 equal to b. Also x1 is greater than 0, x2 is greater than 0 and lambda is positive. and lies between 0 and 1. So lambda x1 plus 1 minus lambda x2 is greater than equal to 0. So x3 is greater than equal to 0. So we reached here ax3 equal to b, x3 greater than equal to 0, which implies that x3 belongs to the set of feasible solutions of given LPP S, which by the definition of convex set is a convex set. So the set of all possible feasible solutions is a convex set. Thank you.